Alright guys, I'm back. This is the third and final video. Forgive me for the quality of the video here. Okay, so at this time I'm just going to go ahead and finish off my drawing and recap what we've been doing today. Alright, no, what I've been doing to be technically accurate. Alright, well, so what I've been doing is I've been talking about, making a sketch real quick and talking about using reference in pictures and how to put a weapon in perspective and such. I did a quick sketch and I didn't really demonstrate that. Where you could actually see it on a big screen. So let me go ahead and actually mess around my own sketch and put this weapon in perspective so you can see what I did, what I mean when I say don't be lazy as an artist and draw your weapon in perspective. Okay, so for example, I'm going to use a reference of a weapon here. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab this one right here. It's a Heckler and Koch. Actually, I like that one. That visually looks really cool. So I'm going to have her carrying that weapon. So what I've noticed is that people tend to do this. They just take that and just kind of copy that from there, which I guess will be okay. But then, that would, in real life, that would be very awkward to have something completely going from the side. So I would want to put it like where it's kind of either pointing at you or pointing in your general direction. So I would actually put it in perspective like this. Or let's use a circle, cylinder for that effect, okay? Alright, so if that were true, I would put the handle here, right? The rest of the, I guess this would be the butt of the weapon here. Again, this is a quick sketch, but there's no reason to ignore the rules of perspective for this. And the rules of comic book awesomeness. Because that's what you want. I mean, I've noticed my drawings, hey, I'm willing to admit it, my drawings sometimes lack energy. They may be technically proficient, I did a good job on the ink and the penciling, but the final image is just static. It's because my characters aren't doing much. They're not falling forward or falling backwards or jumping or leaping. They're just standing there like this one is. And I've noticed that makes my drawings very weak. So that's something I'm going to start working on, is to try to make these characters leap off the page. Because I need to go from a sketch to comics. And comics has to be, well, in my image, my mind, have to be bombastic. They have to be bigger than life. Not just regular life. They have to be bigger than life. At least the action ones need to be. So that, at least that's my goal when I make comics. I want my things, my drawings to be larger than life. Alright, so I'm not going to have her with a tripod on here. I'm assuming this weapon is fairly heavy, and the tripod may not be necessary. And actually, I'm going to just fold it to the side. I kind of like that look. It's a badass look, I'll admit. The tripod, like, folded under. And then it's deployed as necessary. Alright, so now I can sketch in the hand on the trigger. Not pressing it down because she's not shooting. And then have her fingers wrap around the weapon as such. Hey, keep it clean, people. Alright, so. And then I just draw through the rest of it. Okay. Holding this heavy weapon, of course the shoulder's going to go down a little, which means this one should go up a bit. Alright, so that's my basic sketch. Now, let me do another one. Okay. I like Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate has a really simple costume. I like the complex, I like his mask, to be honest with you. I like the color scheme. My character, Charlatan, has that color scheme. It's yellow and light blue. Let me just draw it on here. And Dr. Fate, actually the first time I saw him, it was drawn by Todd McFarlane on All-Star Squadron. Go figure. And then I think I saw Walter Simonson, one of his drawings of Dr. Fate, and that was it. So, let me see. Let me go ahead and draw Dr. Fate. I don't know, doing some kind of, magic thing. Oh, that's not bad. That's a good pose. Oh, do that. Alright, so let me do that. There's that. Now, notice everything is circles and squares and ovals and cylinders. when I start. That's just the way I do what I do. Okay. Now, of course, you can do something else. Okay. But at this point, that's all I've invested. It's very quick. If it doesn't look right, let's say I want to do a power energy. See, if I do the power energy here, it's going to be too close to his head. Okay, and this one is too far. So let me adjust. Let me erase this real quick. And this is a trick I've learned, that sometimes if you draw the hands, you can then draw the arm to connect it to the body. So if I want that hand to be right here, and the energy signature there, I can do that, and then just adjust the drawing accordingly. And if I want this particular energy pattern to be closer to his face too, maybe a little higher, let's say right there, I can draw the hand there. And then connect it. Okay, and all I did was erase a few lines. I didn't have a semi-finished drawing that I then had to restart. Okay, and of course, with all this open space, I'm going to put his cape going, flowing back there, doing its thing. Boom, I like it. Okay, so what to do now? Well, I'm going to do the energy signatures. Well, what is this symbol? Isn't it like this? Right? The raw symbol. So let's do that. Let me do a variation of that. Let me do that one here, and then let me do that's too big. Let me try a little bit subtle. Yeah, there you go. It's a little bit more subtle. All right, let me erase all these extra lines here. Now, I don't have to erase these extra lines. I mean, they're just sketches right now, and I've done this long enough where I can kind of ignore the lines that don't work for me. To leave it down there. And actually, I don't know. I don't even like the little sound of that. The look of that. That didn't really work for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just take my trusty template and kind of find a circle that kind of works here. And that's the circle I'm going to use. Let me just surround it here real quick. Now, of course, I'm probably using this wrong. Probably, most likely. But this is how I use it. And if you know anybody who can do it better, you're welcome to leave a comment and a link in the comments there about it. Alright. So, now I know where the energy is going to be coming from. I got a basic understanding of where it's going to be. This is his chest, muscles, rib cage, hips, okay, and abdominals. Okay, let's give him a nice latimus dorsi. Okay, nice traps, strong neck. And his trademark face. Alright, now he's got an amulet, if I remember correctly. One of these deals. And the cape. Alright, there's that. There you go. And that, my friends, is Dr. Fate. I think his ears show, his human ears. Let me grab my eraser. And of course, why am I drawing this from the top of my head? But I can use this to find out exactly what he looks like, right? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so let me do a quick search for Dr. Fate. There you go. Oh, I did miss something. I missed those yellow things here. Oh, okay, he doesn't have a cape like that. I see. I was thinking Dr. Strange. Yeah, there you go. I'm sure they're not related. They're not copied off one from the other. Of course not. There you go. Okay, there you go. Alright, so that's Dr. Fate. Now, I think somebody else had another suggestion. Well, in this case, let me just flip the page here and do one last sketch. Let me see, what did you guys ask for? Shazam highlight the lightning. Okay, Jim. Alright. I'm going to do that. I liked your post, and I'm going to do that. So, highlight the lightning. I guess I could do that. Oh, sorry guys, I kind of started sketching with this really light one. Alright, so what I did, I kind of got a basic idea of what the character pose is going to be. Lightning. There. There you go. Alright. So, I don't know, for some reason I like drawing the arms. A lot of the character strength is there and demonstrated there. So, yeah, as you notice, I tend to sketch kind of rough and dirty because this is going to be inked. These lines are not permanent. They don't have to be, so I don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, is every line perfect? It doesn't have to be. When I ink it, it does. But when I'm penciling it, I've wasted too much time getting every pencil line perfect to then go over the inks and mess it up and be like, oh my gosh, I wasted all the time. Or did perfect pencil lines and then did perfect ink lines, say, man, I had to do perfect twice on each drawing. Now, that's a lot of effort. So, it dawned on me, maybe I just need to do the lines perfectly when it counts, which is when it's inked. And just a thought. We'll see. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. You know what? That drawing looked really good until I got to the legs. So let's just leave it there. There you go. We'll just stop right there. Alright. We'll do some Jim Lee-ish, cape coming out of there. Alright. Make sure these proportions are right. Now here's the thing, guys. I may not be the most technically accurate artist, but I try to be good enough. I try to be fast enough, and you know what? I'm sure a lot of you out there are laughing. Oh my gosh, Javier, fast! I mean, I would laugh too, because so many things I commit to. And yeah, I say it takes me, I can do it in a day, and it doesn't take me a day, it takes me 2. When it comes to quoting time, production time, it's always a crapshoot, because anything can happen on a day-to-day basis, and I can't predict that. So, and also, not only is it outside things that can affect me, it's me personally as well. What if I'm not feeling well that day? What if I'm tired? What if the night before I didn't sleep well? What if I'm just not feeling it? What if I'm just struggling, and I'm struggling really bad, and it's just not really working? That's a problem. It affects my productivity. So, but that's all right. That's the behind the scenes stuff that as somebody who enjoys art, you don't see the struggle, and I think that's actually the point. I don't want you to see the struggle. I don't want you to see, you know, how hard it is to do these things correctly and right, you know? Because, I mean, technically speaking, there's tons of things wrong with this drawing, but if I can get it done in 20 minutes versus 2 hours, I can get a lot of things done, a lot of sketches done in 2 hours. But then I end up with a whole bunch of 20-minute sketches. Alright, I think this pose is good enough where I can start looking up some reference on Shazam. And start putting in some detail in here. Okay, so he's got a little button there. Button. Not butt, button. Alright, so apparently some silly lines there. He's got a big non-symmetrical lightning bolt in his chest, okay? Well, you know what? My version is going to have symmetry, damn it. Let's put his, I don't know, shiny thingies there. Little cape thing to cover his head. I'm gonna have it blowing off. Okay, what about these things? Okay, the bracers. Alright, it's got some kind of bracers there. Okay. Alright, what else? Some kind of lines here. Okay. No, I did that line. This goes down somehow. Ah, it's like this is the focal point. Okay. Alright, and let me... What does his hair look like? Ah, Alex Ross. Love you, brother. Awesome painting. I wish I could paint like that. Yeah, maybe one day I'll figure it out. Yeah, let's give it that guy's hair, why not? No, I don't know why he showed up in a search for Shazam, but I don't care. Looks good. I think give this guy a genuine smile. There you go. And make sure I got the details right. Okay. And his cape has got some kind of gold. The ends, okay, on the fringes, alright. Alright, and the lightning. Okay. Well, why make it up? Let me do some research on lightning. Lightning bolt. Alright. Realistic. No, let's go to real. There you go. Boom. Done. Nice. Okay. So... Alright. And a minor one going this way, a minor one there. Nar. Okay. There you go. Alright. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a sketch. Okay? Alright. So, let's talk about making comics. What does sketching have anything to do with making comics? Well, for me, it's a warm-up exercise, number one. Number two, it gets me to get started thinking about things, body parts, emotion, uh, drama. And if I'm going to get, and if my experience is anything like yours, I normally go through about 6 or 8 different sketches before I get a really good one. Sometimes I'll look out and I get two. And then I can go to town, okay? When it comes to drawing comics, I do need to do sequential art. I don't have a lot of time to redraw panels and draw them well and then redraw them or stuff. I need to make sure that what I do is good to go. So sketching gets me started. So that way when it's time to get a clean sheet, and let's say I gotta draw, 5, 6, 7 panels, that I have a good idea of what I want to do. Okay? So, alright. So, what am I going to talk about here? Let me see. What did I want to talk about originally? About making comics. Where do you start? Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a writer. I did go to college. I did write a lot. I don't consider myself a writer. Maybe a plotter, but that's stretching the definition of that word too. But I need a plot in order to draw a comic. So it can be as simple as picking a theme, picking a character, and going to town. Let's say I want to talk about revenge. And what about revenge? Is it good? Is it bad? Or maybe it just takes a long time. Okay, well then, yeah. Let's say I want to talk about what revenge is. I want to know that it takes a long time. And it's often about luck. Okay? Revenge, what is the motive for revenge? For wrong done to you. And you have to have the fortitude to say, I am actually going to get back at this person, instead of saying, I forgive him and let's move on. So you got to get back. Payback. That's what you're looking for. Now, do you want payback on an equal level or twice as bad? So, for example, well, the wrong I was done, let's say I lost $1 million. Well, I want the guy to lose $1 billion. Okay, so not only do I have to think like this character did to do me wrong, I have to triple think it because I want him to lose so much more than I did. And that's the theme. And then now you got to figure out, so who are going to be the characters in this? Maybe it's not $1 million loss. Maybe it's an emotional loss. Loss of a pet. Loss of a loved one. Loss of a country. Loss of a car. Whatever. And then you got to pay them back. As in, you do to them twice as bad as they did to you. And before you know, you're going to have a plot of some kind. And then you develop the characters, and then you tell your story, you review it and such. Now, as a collaborator, I love getting these stories already made. Okay? Looking at a script and saying, boom, that's what I'm going to do. I love that translation that takes place. As you know, I speak 2 languages. And part of that involves translation on the cusp all the time. I may be thinking about this in English and this in Spanish and that in English, this in Spanish. So I'm constantly translating. So as an artist, as a visual artist, I try to, whenever I read stuff, to translate it in my mind into a visual image. And that's where the magic of comics happen. And the rest of it is translating it from my brain to a piece of paper that's as loyal to my image in my mind as I can make it. So if I could get a great plot with some really cool descriptions, that really allows me to make comics. I'm going to let you in on the definition of making comics. As an artist, as a visual artist, okay, to me, making comics, I feel I make comics when I can't recognize my own work. Now, what the heck does that mean? What that means is that when I read comics, it's somebody else's work. I've never seen it before. I don't know what's happening. And I like the way they're showing things to me. So if I finish a project and I can look back on it and look at it and say, wow, where's this taking me? Without even realizing, hey, that's my work. That is when I believe I've transcended drawing and I've become a comic maker. That's making comics. Don't get me wrong, I do recognize my poses and the way I build bodies and stuff and my own mistakes, but it's not about my art. My art is a big percentage of it, but the whole thing, the whole package, the pencils, the inks, the colors, the lettering, the sound effects, the formatting, the packaging, should take me somewhere. And I love when that happens. Because I'm surprised by what the writer does. And I'm surprised by what the inker does after me. And I'm surprised by what the colors does. And I'm surprised by what the letters does. I mean, I may have left some really dead space here for, for him to say or shout or something. But what if he did it here? I wasn't expecting that. Shazam! There it is, right? Actually, I didn't even think of it, but there it is. That actually works better. And I'm going to turn that into a print. I like that pose. So yeah, I love the end product where it's the culmination of all of the artists involved. Because, guys, that's another thing. Don't insult artists. Okay? A writer is an artist. Pencil's an artist. An inker is an artist. The letterer is an artist. The colorist is an artist. Okay? The one of the main components that is not an artist necessarily is the editor. But even the editor is an artist in some ways, in that he pulls all these different people together and all their efforts together into one package. It takes art to take 4 or 5 completely different yahoos and make them do something that's great together. Okay? So we're all artists. Now some of us are visual, some of them are written words, some of them are color artists. I'm not a color artist. This is where I stop. That's it. I work in 2 colors, gray and white. And then the inker does black and white. We're all artists. And I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of always thinking visual artists. Oh, writers are writers, but artists are artists. No, we're all artists. And that term, and that's visual art. So the next time you see a writer, call him an artist. It makes him feel, I'm sure it'll make him feel better. If not, blame me. You say, hey, Javi told me to do that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult. Okay? But be nice. Alright, guys, let me wrap this up here by wishing everybody a great day. This is something my mom shared with me, and I'm going to use it. Make sure you live long and draw. To all my friends out there who draw, live long and draw. To all my friends who enjoy comics, make them, enjoy them, share them. Okay? None of us can do this by ourselves, so share the video. The next time you see something cool online, share it. When you hear somebody talking about a product or talking about their opinion on something, and you have something to say, say it. Interact. Be a part of the community, an active part of the comic book making community, good or bad. Don't be a jerk. Nobody likes jerks. And hey, enjoy what we do. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless. And that's the end of this particular set of videos for today. Next Tuesday, I'll upload another 1 or 2 videos, and we'll continue the process of making comics. Alright? Okay, my name is Javier, and I make comics. Have a great day. Live long and draw.